One of the problems with recruiting for investment banking is not the knowledge or skills you acquire, but the access to talk with real investment bankers to put your best foot forward. Our sponsor, WSO Academy, can provide those connections with 60 head mentors who are finance professionals at top firms like Goldman, Centerview, and JP Morgan. Imagine being able to get on the phone within 24 hours with one of the Academy's 1,300 mentors right before a critical interview. Get on the waitlist for WSO Academy today by clicking the link in the show notes or by visiting wallstreetoasis.com/academy. All right. Welcome to Investment Banking Insights. This is the only show dedicated to helping you learn both the technical and the non-technical aspects of investment banking. My name is Alex Mason, and I am your host. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going through all of the technical aspects right now. That is really the season that we're in, getting our teeth into all this technical knowledge, and we just covered all the basics. We just covered all of the basics of M&A, LBOs, DCFs, equity and enterprise value, accounting. And now I'm just taking a few moments here with these next several episodes to just do a nice little summary of what the main takeaways are for each section as far as the basic level of knowledge that I think is important to understand. And so last episode, we talked about the basics of accounting, really summarizing the fact that it's really just all about the financial statements, understanding what they're about, understanding how they connect. And today I want to talk to you about enterprise and equity value questions. Let's go ahead and summarize some of these concepts so that if you ever go back and listen to this batch of episodes, you kind of know what to listen for and know what to expect. Okay, so this portion, we covered these questions from episodes 33 to episode 42. It's a little bit of a smaller section here because really there aren't as many big concepts for you to learn as compared to other sections. And there's a little bit less idiosyncrasies here. So it should be a little bit easier to handle than, say, discounted cash flow, for example, which is a little bit more involved. And I think the main thing for these types of questions is to understand really just fundamentally the definitions of what enterprise value and what equity value are. What is enterprise value? Well, remember that formula: enterprise value equals debt plus your equity value plus your preferred stock plus your non-controlling interest minus cash, right? Understand those components and then understand how to explain those things. Understand how to explain the fact that equity value is the value of the company that is owned by shareholders, whereas the enterprise value is the value of the company owned by all holders, all owners, both the credit holders as well as the shareholders. So you have to be able to explain those kinds of things and how to calculate the enterprise value, for example, if you were given the variables in the equation. And remember, it's not just about spitting out definitions. Nobody really, I think, likes that. It's kind of like one of the simplest forms of knowledge, right? It's just memorizing something and repeating it back. But it goes beyond that. You have to be able to articulate how these concepts relate to each other. What do these concepts mean? Why are they important? And really, the other thing here, I think a big piece here to make sure that you don't miss is understand the effects of dilutive securities, just at a basic level. Like, what are dilutive securities? Specifically, you want to cover what options are. You want to cover what convertible bonds are. And then once you understand those concepts, go ahead and run some calculations, run some scenarios with how you can calculate fully diluted equity value. And you want to be able to do that in a couple different scenarios. Go ahead and run some scenarios where options are in the money or when options are out of the money, or when convertible securities are converted and exercised. How do you calculate that? For example, you should know what the treasury stock method is and be able to put it into practice when answering a question. And this is one that I personally am still working on, just getting to that second nature level of understanding, because I haven't practiced it as much as I practiced other concepts. But yeah, that's something that's important. So really understand basic definitions of enterprise and equity value, understand how they relate to each other, and understand the effects of dilutive securities. And if you understand those things, I feel like you'll pretty much understand the basics for these types of questions. I don't know if there's too many curveballs at the fundamental level in this topic, although I could be proven wrong, certainly. So that's what I got for you today here on Investment Banking Insights. My name is Alex Mason, and I'm your host. Next time, we're going to be looking at a summary of valuation type of questions. So be sure to join me there next. All right, take care.